welcome to episode 5 of the Friendly Skies podcast. I'm your host, Matt Romero, without my host, Glenn Morris. But I do have a semi-co-host, Leah, my girlfriend, I guess you could
Hi.
say. And we have our 2 special guests today, 2 of which I'm very fond of, one more than the other. You can guess which one. I certainly can't, because I'm not sure what I'm talking about. But we have Diana Avery and Brian Avery.
Hey.
Yay.
All right. Thank you guys for joining the podcast. I know there was a lot of trepidation and hesitation on this, and I certainly understand.
Mostly on my part.
Yes. And we will heavily edit anything that we need to. So the concept of this podcast is basically a unique one, I hope, and hopefully no one copied my idea, is that we are going to take a flight anywhere you want in the world. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator, so everything actually is mapped to real-world buildings and data. So if you want to see your house, we can certainly do that. And we probably make a flight that will hopefully last the duration of this podcast. Let's say we want to kill each other by the hour's end. We need to land somewhere.
Okay.
You can really tell this is a family call.
Yeah, we might want to kill each other by then.
We might want to kill each other.
I'm just making sure
Okay.
we're recording here. Okay, good. So obviously the first initial episodes of this is episode 5. They've been rough, and hopefully we'll get better. But so far so good. If you guys want to pick a location on planet Earth here, I'll just rotate this erratically.
Oh God.
Whoa, I have vertigo, so that's a lot right there.
All right, we're gonna keep doing this until Leah passes out on the bed over there.
So Diana,
You get to pick where we want to go?
You get to pick.
yes.
Anywhere in the world. Where do we want to go?
I want to go to Malta.
Okay, that's an odd
Can I
choice,
just tell
Brian,
you-
but sure.
Diana, before you pick, let me just tell you that when Matt was first showing me this program, we tried to go to our old house in Millville, and we couldn't find it. I just could not find it. It was so many trees.
Really?
But you can go anywhere, and you can see it in real time.
I'll give a disclaimer on that. I had no idea where I was flying to. Really, it was a general vicinity. It was a little tough, and we could probably be a little bit more accurate, but depends on what these guys pick here.
Okay.
The pressure's on.
Yeah, I didn't realize I needed to prepare.
That was probably my fault, because Glenn has told me, he's like, hey Matt, why don't you don't put people on the spot, because then they pick a 4-hour flight and then you can't even do it. So I'm definitely ignoring his advice.
Is Glenn your imaginary friend that you fly with?
Glenn is a person that I haven't spoken to in decades at this point, and yeah,
That doesn't claim. That's not a no. That's not a no.
it's not a no. It's not a yes either.
Let's go to.
Remember, we're flying there real time.
So it has to be somewhere within an hour that we could get to when we're flying in an hour?
Well, I'll calculate. I guess you pick the place, and then maybe I'll pick a nearby airport to fly to.
Can we go somewhere like rural, like Midwest?
Sure, I love the Midwest.
Whoa.
We flew in, and by the way, I don't know if I actually mean that, but we did fly in Ohio to Pittsburgh on one of the episodes. But so let's not do that again.
Okay. So
Was that because someone lived in Pittsburgh, or why?
No, Jay literally, my friend Jay literally just picked Ohio for some reason, and we're still trying to figure out why he did that.
Interesting.
Okay, so do you not want to go to Midwest, or?
I definitely don't want to go to Ohio.
Okay, well, how about Idaho?
Idaho, that's a good one.
Wait, what'd you call me? Wait, that's not right. That's not right.
Let's go to Idaho. Okay, let's take off from Idaho City.
What an interesting choice, Diana. I am floored by your choice here.
And you know what we're going to do? We're going to make this interesting, because I don't think it matters where we fly to at this point. We'll just land once the podcast starts winding down.
Okay.
Oh, this runway basically doesn't even have plane parking. Okay.
How do you know when the podcast starts winding down? Is it when, like, I start getting annoying?
Well, then I would have ended it 5 minutes ago, but no, it would be, it'll be a little bit. It'll be a little bit.
Probably when there's like a series of awkward silences.
No, those can be cut out.
Well, those can be cut out, but I do try to push through those as much as possible. But I have told a joke in episode 3, and there was a 6-minute silence, so it was definitely awkward, and I felt like I wanted to die at that point. Okay.
I
Yeah.
feel like 6 minutes is a long time when
It
you're
definitely didn't go over well.
on a podcast. Jesus.
So, do you guys have a drink?
Yes.
Yes.
What are you drinking?
Smutty Nose, the finest kind IPA. I'm on my 6th one right now.
6?
What?
Yeah.
Are you really? Seriously,
No,
I've
I'm
been with him
not.
I've been with him all day. Like that does not sound. I'm drinking a Paloma, which is fancy. I pretend like I know fancy drinks, but it's just tequila, mezcal, and grapefruit juice and a little bit of seltzer.
Nice.
What are you guys drinking?
We're drinking cranberry and blueberry wine with seltzer in it. So like a little bit of a wine spritzer.
That sounds like fall. That sounds like Thanksgiving. It's when we drink while we're cooking.
Yeah, but it's pretty refreshing. So
Nice.
yeah.
You deserve it. You got no kids today.
Yeah.
You're living your best lives. We're flying to Idaho.
So, I just wanted to say that we've had all sorts of types of guests, so we can talk. I know Leah has a list of topics pre-planned. We find that pre-planning some topics are good, but we basically have a lot of guests that we talk about anything. So anything goes, really. Is what I'm trying to say. And I usually edit myself out quite often in these podcasts because I'm terrible. Because if you guys find me annoying, I need you guys to let me know because it bothers me. I bother me. So
You're not annoying.
We're in Idaho. I am very annoying. We're in Idaho right now.
Oh.
And there you go. So this is all real, guys. This is all real. That's a real person.
Is that
right there.
is that supposed to be like a big airport in Idaho, or is it just?
Apparently, Idaho has no big airports. I think.
Interesting.
This is a very small airport.
It's like a cornfield over.
Yeah.
Leah, did you want to start? So what we're gonna do? So if you guys have any questions about actual airplane shit, which really no one really asks me usually, you can of course fire away. But for the most part, we'll be talking about non-airplane shit. It'll just be a regular podcast.
I do have a question, Matt.
Go ahead.
How did you get into this?
I think I got into this when I was basically like 4 years old. Saw my dad on his old computer back in, I'm gonna share my age here. I'm 432 years old. Playing on I'm a vampire on a very old flight simulators on his computer, and I just got really into flight. So I got into this at a very early age. And I'm still terrible at them. Yeah. So, you can see someone walking by there. So we're going to have what we call a pushback here. Just FYI. Okay. Any other questions?
Well, I wanted to say, you asked about how he got into it, and it's funny because I had asked him if he ever wanted, if we ever got super rich and I could buy him flight hours where he could get real time.
And I wanted to buy an airplane, actually. That's what
training.
Okay, so you would want to actually like learn how to fly a real plane.
I mean, if I could take my friends and family's life in my hands, I would. Yes.
Okay.
He would happily take their life.
I would.
It's so expensive, though. It's crazy expensive just to get
a few hours.
Training. Yeah, and you have to do a lot of hours to get your license too. So, gotta be rich, which we're working on.
Okay, we'll keep working on that.
I did write stuff down, and then I started writing down like really cheesy questions, and I got I went a little too deep, I think.
Oh, we could go deep. Actually, we haven't gone too deep on certain podcasts, and I really wanted to go deep with Glenn, but we haven't gotten there yet. So if we can go super deep with some tears, that'd be great.
Well, honestly, I had other first questions that were way better, but I want to start with just one question that keeps jumping out to me because it's about me.
Well, yeah, go ahead, Leah. I was going to say I do have a question about you as well, but go ahead.
Oh God, oh God. And it's only because I was like literally Googling like what are good podcast questions to ask, and this was one of them. And I was like, I like it, so I grabbed it. And this is for everybody really, but mostly for Diana and definitely for Brian. But yeah,
Go.
What is your first memory of me?
God,
Oh.
This is where the viewers tune out here.
By the way, Diana Avery is my sister, my older sister by what?
I forgot
3
to say
years.
that.
3 years. She's my older sister. So her first memory of me is going to be interesting.
I mean,
if you even have it. If you even have it. You don't have to.
Who cares, right?
You can pass. You can pass.
No. I don't know if this is my first memory of you, but I mean, I can't help but go to the videos of you when you were like 2 or 3 on the VHS tapes, like singing the Sleeping Beauty songs, and, talking about your poop hurting. That's Sleeping Booty.
Sleeping Booty?
That's what she called it. She was like 2 or 3 and she had a speech impediment and she would say Sleeping Booty.
Okay.
I had many issues back then.
So that's kind of where I go.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That is a good one. Those tapes were good. We almost put them on America's Funniest Home Videos.
Oh, remember that show?
That was a good show with Bob Saget.
Yeah, on Sunday nights, and it was like you the whole family sat down in front of the television because we only had the one, and we're old.
Those were the days where the whole family sat down in front of the television.
Yeah.
So maybe we should alternate questions. So I do have a question for them now.
Okay.
Go.
All right, my question is, I just took an IQ test and I scored 123. What do you think about that?
I mean, I'm just amazed to know you. I mean,
okay, is it good?
Is
that good?
I feel so lucky.
Okay.
What's the like highest IQ that exists? I don't have a comparison.
I think it's like 150. I think it's like 150.
Like 123 is just a number to me. Like, what does that mean?
Yeah. I really honestly don't know either. I just feel really lucky to know you.
And you did say that when I posted a Lean Six Sigma post on Instagram, on my personal Instagram, and Leah was like, "Oh, did she say that sarcastically?" And I was like, "No, I think she actually appreciates knowing me because I think that's useful to know someone who also knows Lean."
No, but I'm pretty sure she was being sarcastic.
Oh, she was.
So there's this problem with me. I often feel the urge, like really hard, that I want to troll you on the internet.
Right. But I didn't take that one as a troll. I'm just saying that comment I didn't take as a troll.
So sometimes my comments are trolly because I can't contain myself.
So that didn't answer my question of whether that comment was a troll then.
I don't remember at the time.
Okay. Well,
it might have been trolly, but I do feel lucky to know you.
Okay. All right.
And especially now that I know that you're so smart.
Right,
well,
which I don't feel smart, but I feel like that 20-minute free IQ test on the internet did prove that I was smart. So go ahead, Leah, with your question now.
No, I'm also just drinking in the fact that you got a 123 and that I remember you taking that test. I was sitting right next to you. And
well, I took the first test. I took the first test online, and then they said at the end of it, I took 20 minutes. At the end of it, they said, please put your credit card in to pay $80 to get the results. And I was like, fuck this. We're going to take another one.
So you still feel like a genius after that? You still feel smart after that one?
I mean, I feel like I did better on the first paid one rather than the free one afterwards, but, But anyway, we're going to take off here. And
let's take off.
We're going to take off. And
this is really cool, too, by the way, this program itself. Just was so realistic.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus. Why is this already going up here?
Matt is doing all the actual flying things, the nozzles and everything.
I am, and I don't know. Wait a minute. Oh, Jesus, that's why. Yeah, I've been having some issues lately, and some of the videos had been a little glitchy, and I've had to put some disclaimers, but I'm hoping I resolve them now.
It looks good with the hair.
Well, yeah, the graphics are definitely cool, and you're definitely seeing Idaho here. This is all real
grass.
This is all grass, yeah. This is what
It's
Idaho is.
Real grass.
If there's anyone that wants to go someplace specifically, we can do that.
I mean, I don't know that I know anything about Idaho to say.
Okay, so we'll just enjoy the landscapes.
Yeah, I think it's pretty. It looks pretty here, definitely.
Yeah, I did. I should say that in one flight I ran out of fuel, and we had to do a crash landing into a highway.
Oh.
So, yeah, we'll make sure that doesn't happen. And we did
die in this game.
We did fly into Hurricane Laura yesterday.
How was that?
That was underwhelming. Like, the plane was fine, and it was just, like, cloudy. Like, not cloudy, it was, like, super cloudy. We couldn't see anything, but, like, we thought that there was going to be some shaking of the plane. Like, nothing happened, really.
Yeah, I think you thought you were going to see, like, a cow floating by or something.
That's what Cullen was saying. He's like, why don't I see... I don't think it's like Wizard of Oz where you start seeing cars and cows and people, like, in a tornado. I think that's a tornado.
Yeah, I was thinking Twister. Like the movie Twister when you said that.
Such a good movie. Such a good movie. Oh my God! Speaking of movies, we recently saw 2 movies with Will Smith, like 2 new movies that were terrible.
What were they?
And I love Will Smith, and I'll watch anything he's in, but these movies were awful. Gemini Man and Bad Boys 2, or like Bad Boys 4, whatever it was. The new Bad Boys.
Wasn't it called Bad Boys for Life or something?
Bad Boys for Life. And, you know, which I will forever always just watch those types of movies because I don't know why. But I try to explain to Matt, so I oftentimes when we watch movies, I pick them. And he always says, oh my God, you picked the worst movies. And I try to explain to him that no, all movies are bad now.
Yeah.
No movies are good. Like, I pick movies that I think are going to be good, and they're terrible. And Gemini Man was so bad.
I don't even know. I've never even heard of that one.
Oh.
Yeah, he has a twin of himself. He's younger, but it's him.
Uh-huh.
And he's some kind of military guy, and yeah, it's bad.
It's really bad.
I started watching earlier. Brian wasn't there, but Jojo Rabbit. Have you seen that one?
No, but it is free, and it's new, and I need to watch that.
Leah keeps mentioning to pick that, and I say, nah.
Hard.
I've only watched about half of it, and it's really lovely.
Oh, okay.
So
it's about Hitler, right?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely movie about Hitler. That's great.
But funny.
It's lovely.
But it's funny though. It's interesting. Just watch it.
Well, Diana, it's written and directed or whatever, and also the guy who plays Hitler is our favorite guy from what is the show we used to watch? Where we go in the shadows? Yeah,
how do you say his name? Taika Waititi or Waititi? I'm butchering it.
Taika Waititi? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's racist.
What was that show? What was that show we watched that we loved so much? His first show, one of his first shows. What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah. Oh, it was a movie, and now it's a show too, and the show is also equally amazing.
Speaking of memories, I have so many good memories of sitting on the couch and watching that show with you and laughing so hard.
Yeah. Good time.
Let's go back real quick. Back to me real quick.
Okay, yeah.
No, just kidding. But Brian, I am curious if you have a memory of the first time, your first memory of me, if you have one, if you want to share. I bet it's going to be like something weird.
There's going to be a lot of silence here.
What?
At your grandma's apartment, I think.
At my grandmother's apartment? Yep. Oh, no.
Yeah, I know. Oh, no.
That sucks.
Yep, it did.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, though. We did have some good times there. There was some cheese plates we had.
Yeah, cheese plates sound great.
Bagels and schmear with some lox, yeah.
Bagels, lox, and schmear. All right. Let me go down my other list of stupid questions, and you can pass. We can pass.
Well, let me go into my second question.
Oh, we're competing as co-hosts.
Well, we're not competing. I'm just alternating
Oh.
to fill the hour.
Shoot, go.
And also the fact that you called yourself a co-host was a little, like...
What would you call me? A co-co? Are we doing like the office thing where I'm like an assistant manager to the manager?
Well, listen, no one has accepted your job application, so the fact that you just kind of put yourself as co-host is a little jarring to me right now. But it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, let me just like scale that back real quick. Like I'm just
You exist right now.
Participant.
I didn't even think I had Glenn as a co-host until he was in every episode, so I feel obligated. But
yeah,
no,
Glenn and I are gonna have a show, an episode alone together.
We do.
Me and you.
Yeah, we will have an episode with him and a couple. I guess he found 2 other people that share our passion for Guild Wars 2. I think Diana should really tune into that one.
Oh yeah, I do like video games so much.
No, my second question was really, Brian, what are you wearing right now?
What are you wearing?
What are you wearing? Anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shorts, a t-shirt, and sock.
Okay, that's exciting.
Well, they don't have the kids today, so he could easily be lying and wearing nothing. So let's hope.
No, but then I would be.
Yeah, she'd be in the same room, right?
Yeah. And this butt,
Listen,
Right.
I do want to make a disclaimer. I know it sounds like I'm the worst boyfriend in the world, but I'm really good by guy standards. I think we can all say most guys are douchebags. So I'm really.
Wow.
Right? That's what you told me, Leah. You were like, most
a
guys
lot
are.
of them are. Yeah.
Most of them, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't want to
Matt,
alienate the audience right now, but like 90% of them, maybe.
Yeah, Matt can be a little sassafras. He can be a little sassy pants. He's a little silly Billy. He's a silly Billy, but he's a sweet boyfriend.
I will slam this plane into the hill right now.
But he's a good boyfriend, yes.
I will slam this plane right into that hill right now. I don't care if we take everyone down with us.
I am noticing it's very mountainous.
Yes.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
This flight is going way better than my previous episodes where I had to keep jerking the stick up and down, and I don't mean my proverbial stick. I mean the.
There's going to be a lot of sexual innuendo on this podcast. I can already tell.
Really? I mean, you really want that with your sister and brother-in-law? This is the time to do that?
Yeah, this is definitely the time.
This is not the time to do that.
Yes.
All right, go ahead with your other question.
Okay. God, they all sound so stupid now when I look at them. Well, actually, before I go to my questions, because I think that this will play into some of the questions. It's Diana and I recently.
I will take this plane into this mountain right now.
We recently took these personality tests.
Oh yeah.
And given to me by you, Diana, which I know there's a lot of personality tests out there. This one I've seen before, and I like this one a lot.
Yeah.
It's like which one is it? The 16 personalities?
Yeah, so it's based on the MBTI. So it's kind of a little bit of a rip off what we took. It's a free version of the MBTI.
And what's the MBTI?
That's really
as opposed to the MBTA.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, you said it so distinctly, like you were like MBTI.
Well, I know what it is. It's the Myers-Briggs type indicator.
Okay.
It is an introspective self-report questionnaire indicating differing psychological preferences and how people perceive the world and make decisions.
Now, the fact that you were able to describe that and explain that so concisely, you use this for work, don't you?
So yes, but also Google is very fast. So but you can edit that out so I can sound really smart there.
You are smart, Diana. You are smart. It says it in your personality test results.
It probably won't be edited out because I'm too lazy to. But go ahead.
It actually says in your personality test results. Very, very smart.
Yes, it is something that can be used in my line of work, like in leadership development and coaching. And it's also just super interesting to find out more about yourself and how you work and your strengths and weaknesses. And, the more you know, it's like you've got this self-awareness and you can use that to your benefit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The more you know, reading Rainbow.
So,
the more you know, yeah.
Diana was a defender personality type, and I was a mediator personality type.
And fun fact, Leah, you and Mom and Dad all had the same type.
That makes so much sense because you've always been the black sheep of the family. No, that makes
awkward.
sense though.
Well, you always have to have one black sheep of the family. You can't love everyone equally.
The joke is that my parents and I all have dark hair and look very similarly, and my sister has lighter hair. So I'd always say that she was the postman's son, or daughter.
Yeah, yeah. It is funny because the three of you are, I think, a little bit more alike.
Hey, calm down on the insults.
It's not insulting. Is it insulting?
No, I'm kidding. No, our parents are great. Our parents are great. Thank you. That is very nice. But you're a lot like Dad, so don't worry.
I'm definitely keeping that silence in there because that wasn't me. I only edit out the parts that make me feel uncomfortable about myself. I mean, fuck everyone else.
It's not uncomfortable because I've said that sentence to her so many times before.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I'm not oblivious. I know that I have qualities like my father more than my mother, but yeah.
I think
anyway.
Let's. This is great.
Play it out.
I don't want to play this one out. Yeah, we're gonna end that one. But what about? I wanted to talk about Covey and maybe if you guys want to talk about that in general. Wasn't that one of your questions? Because I'm interested because I can work from home, from an office. I have an office job, just work in tech. Right. I don't even have to go in to work. But you guys are in more of a educational system type stuff.
Mm-hmm. So what do you want to know?
I want to know what is happening right now with Covey and when is it going to end?
Tell us the answers.
I don't know that we have the answers.
It's never going to end.
It does feel like that.
Well, Diana, you go into work still sometimes, right?
I do sometimes go into work, and I think that I work for a hospital system, so it's been an interesting experience being constantly, not that I say constantly bombarded every day, but we all are constantly bombarded every day with everything COVID. But even, this is coming from like all angles, I guess, in my life. It's like my personal life, my work life. And I feel like super frustrated with people who, like the conspiracy people, like the QAnon people who are saying like, oh, there's no COVID, it's all just a conspiracy. And I'm like, well, I'd love to bring you on a tour of the hospital. Do you want to go to the COVID units? Because I'll take you there.
Have you been there, Diana? Oh my God, I don't want you near there at all.
No, I don't go there.
Okay, don't go there, please.
So I just went to get a beer and left the plane on autopilot, but I'm back.
True pilot.
Yeah, we're still alive here. So in summary, Covey exists.
Yeah.
But wait, no, Matt, you missed the part that Diana said about how she was talking about the QAnon people and all the conspiracy theorists. That she was like, I would love to take you on a tour of the COVID unit because it's huge.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, not anymore. It's really, we're not in the height of it, but there are still patients at the hospital. But not anymore, like it was at the height.
Right.
Oh, well, that's good. So are they constantly changing things at the hospital? They're just constantly adapting as things increase and decrease.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's been actually pretty damn amazing to witness. Such a huge organization have that ability to be so agile when like sometimes in the regular stuff it seems like we can't get things done in the regular times, but in a crisis, man, it's been amazing. I'm lucky to be working there actually.
Wow, Diana, that's amazing. You actually like your job and your company you work for.
I do. Yes.
That's so great.
So hopefully I answered your question, Matt.
That was my question.
All right, I have
Yeah,
a question. I have another one if you're at a loss.
I did have a follow up, but I got
Follow
I
up.
got lost. Well, no, I got lost in thought into something else. So go ahead.
Okay, so this is very broad, but what are you curious about right now?
Oh
All
my
right.
god.
And
Like,
if this is not a good answer, I actually remembered my question, but go ahead.
No, but it could be anything. Like it could be like your neighbor who keeps like doing weird shit. Like, what are you curious about right now?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like this is a better question for Brian, who I just sent upstairs to refill my drink. So
Well,
he's curious about what he's going to put in your
always,
glass.
Until Butler Boy gets back.
He's always super curious about things. What are you curious about?
Me? I mean, oh God. I feel like I should have been prepared for that question. I thought you would just take it and run with it. I feel like you would have just gone with it.
Okay, Brian's back. Brian, what are you curious about right now? Do you have
like anything?
Why they created Monty Python.
That's a good one.
See?
Huh. Like,
That's going to require some Wikipedia research.
I'm curious about your answer. Like, what was their motivation?
The what?
What was their motivation to create it, or like
Yes,
just how they created it?
Yes.
Like how they came up with the idea. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I think I'm curious about how.
I think that left open so many more questions than answers of what Brian just said, and we're just going to move on from that, I guess.
Well, it actually just made me want to watch Monty Python. Dickens Day, apparently.
With coconuts.
God. I'm gonna answer. I think I'm curious about how I'm gonna. I've had some epiphanies during the pandemic and some realizations about how I want to live my life and how I'm gonna merge those with reality once reality hits. So I'm curious about that, I guess.
Can you share one of those epiphanies or no?
Yeah, no. I mean, this sounds so weird to talk about on the podcast, but one of my epiphanies was I realized I just I'm not as much of an extrovert as I ever thought I was, and I'm not as social as I thought I was. And when I'm at work, I'm very social because I feel like this obligation. And so, like, when I go back to work, am I going to be able to kind of maintain that? Because I think I do succumb to peer pressure a lot. Like when people are like, "Let's go, let's get drinks, let's do this." I want to be part of a cool crew. I want to I want to keep up relationships with people, and so I do stuff. But I just want to go home a lot of times.
Well, I mean, introversion and extroversion is really about energy. So, like, where you get your energy from, Leah. So, you can still go do that stuff. You just have to make sure you make time to recharge the way that you need to.
Yeah, and you're the one who told me that I'm actually more of an introvert because I do need to recharge after I have social encounters, I guess. But I'm loving being home in the pandemic, not going to barbecues and pool parties. I'm actually loving it. It's so great.
I'm also not missing barbecues and pool parties. Although Brian, I think, is because he's generally more extroverted. So.
Yes, Brian is. What are you missing?
Social interaction.
Well, do you still interact with your neighbors?
Not really.
No, they don't come out of their house.
Yeah.
And they're also probably 76.
Yeah, I mean, there is a super old dude, yeah.
But he's cool, though. He is cool.
I just thought of something, speaking of our neighborhood, I'm still very curious about the creepy, burnt, rundown house that we discovered at the end of our street.
Right.
And I haven't really been able to find much information about it, and it's bothering me.
Where's the burnt down house? Have I seen it?
Tell that story, Diana, about how you discovered it.
Yeah, next time you guys are here, we'll take you down there. So at the end of our street is a dead end, And one day we walked down there, and I was like, this kind of looks like a road. So I was like, let's walk down it. So we kept walking, and it's probably like a half mile, right? Maybe like 3/4 of a mile. And then there's like this house. No one's living there. All the windows blown out. There's like part of it is burnt.
There's an old car next to it.
There's like a weird old car.
Frame.
Yeah. And it was just like super weird. And I was like, how did we not know this existed? There's another path. Yeah, there's a couple other paths. And we tried like asking some of the neighbors about it, but nobody really, like, we heard different stories. And there was also a sign up that said, like, if you know anything about arson, call 555-1000, you know, like one of those signs. And it was really weird. And I tried to Google it, and I couldn't find out. I actually asked Mom to do it because she's like such a good researcher.
Yeah.
Because it's just very strange.
Go to the library, Art.
Yeah, it's just so. I'm sure I could probably go to the town.
Should I take my drone in there and try to like go around and explore?
Yes.
Yes.
So oh my God, that's a great idea.
Next time you guys are here, like in the fall is a good time to go down in there, because right now it's super overgrown, so it's like hard to walk down there. But like maybe in the fall, like early winter time, we can walk. We'll take you guys down there, and you should totally bring your drone. And maybe sometime we can fly this thing in there.
Yeah, it's like a weird desk outside too. It's weird.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Like
maybe. Oh, that would have been a good one to fly this over that, because I'm sure that place exists in Flight Simulator.
Yeah, but I mean, you wouldn't get any information about why it's run down.
Well, we'll do an episode with the drone, and we'll call it "Breaking into Abandoned Houses" sub-series.
I think we should do a seance. We should go do a seance there.
It's a spin-off. Have you guys ever seen?
Want to go there. There's a skull on.
What?
There's a skull on the.
Like spray painted on the side of it.
And it says,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I shit my pants. Have you guys ever?
Oh my God!
It is a little eerie. Like Piper, when we went down there, got like super weirded out and was like freaked out by it. But then she got super intrigued by it and like kept wanting to walk down there and explore.
She wanted to go down the other path, but I wouldn't let her.
Yeah.
There's like a road; it goes to the end, but it's overgrown. I will admit, I did go into the garage.
You went into the garage?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you trespassed.
There's no one there, Leah.
We're gonna tell everyone.
That's fucked up, dude. I mean, you just admitted to a crime on the podcast. I'm definitely not editing that out, by the way. Because we've said worse shit on the podcast before, so. We've said way worse shit.
In my crazy brain, I'm imagining like a ghost inhabited Brian's body during that moment when he was in the garage, and now he's like just inhabited by a ghost this whole time.
Wow.
I did feel uneasy when I stepped into the garage. Like,
well, it was.
Yeah.
Nobody was there. It's totally abandoned.
No, it's deserted.
It's so weird that you can't find information on what it was.
I did find some like news article that.
Oh, did I miss that? I'm sorry.
No, I didn't say it. I found one news article that said that there was like a huge fire, and it said that the fire was like in the summer, the first summer that we lived in our house. And I was like, how did we miss a giant fire right down the street?
It's true.
That's
Me
crazy.
and Piper were home. We heard the fire engines, and they went down the end of the road. Maybe that's what it was for.
Like they think some kids were down there, you know, messing around like kids do when they like lit.
Having a seance, probably.
Yeah. But then I also went to like a super adult place of like, wow, this is a really lovely plot, and like let's live down here.
Well, that's what I was thinking too when you said it. I'm like, wait, can you make that house your own? Like, how can you redo it? So I don't know. It sounds like it's isolated and nicely set back from the street. I think that's the one thing about your house because I love your house so much. Absolutely so much in Uxbridge. Oh my God, this house is beautiful, huge. Backyard is the best. The one thing I don't like about it is the back front yard street. The street, right? It's just so, and there's not that much traffic, but still.
Yeah. We want to go
to kill
somewhere
our selling dreams,
rural.
Leah.
Yeah.
You know what I love? I don't mind their house being on that little corner. I think it's fine. It's not that busy. Obviously, it's not that busy. I mean, I don't think the entire area is not that busy, but I really love the downstairs I call it the bachelor pad with the whiskey bar, the drink bar. You got the TV that I would definitely immediately replace, but that's my favorite place right there.
Oh my god!
and you guys haven't been here since we got like the couch down here and stuff. We redid it.
No, I haven't been there since my face is down there on 4 feet by 4 feet.
Your face
canvas.
It's on display for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, well, we saw you once during the pandemic. We should probably make it a second time. We'll probably come see you again. Yeah, Matt visited his family once. I visited my family once. It's been very...
I'd visit them again. It's just a matter of, we haven't been able to take vacation yet, which hopefully we will soon.
Aren't you guys planning to do something soon?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we can probably make a trip up to you guys. And, I told my family I was going to visit them at some point, just for like a day or two.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I ask another question?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I mean,
I have two really big, heady questions. And I feel like
that's good. As we wind down the second half of this podcast here, you have heady questions. That's good.
I feel like I've gone too deep.
Go ahead. Ask the most heady question you have right now. Let's get really into it.
What advice do you have on marriage?
I don't feel comfortable with this question here.
It's not for you. It's not for you, Matt. It's for them.
Oh yeah, for that they're already married already.
You're gonna propose.
That's why I'm asking.
What you want it? That's awkward for them. Like obviously they're not going to give you a good answer about that.
They can give me any answer they want. Any advice you have, even if it's just like
nothing ever
coffee in the morning.
Nothing ever good came out of marriage, obviously.
No.
Or kids. What is it? Fine. Advice on marriage or kids. Pick your poison.
Oh Jesus.
Anything. Any nuggets of wisdom.
You want me to fly this plane to the ground right now? Because I will do that.
I have one.
Go ahead, Brian.
Talk and be open, but do not talk before your spouse has had her coffee.
What?
Before she has had a coffee. Yeah, get a little closer to the mic. Maybe not in the bathroom or wherever you are right now.
You wish I was.
I do have a little camera installed there. Go ahead.
I knew it. Is that better?
Yeah, that's good, man.
Yes. Do not talk to your significant other until they've had their first full cup of coffee.
Oh, full cup.
Did you read that off a fucking bumper sticker from someone's car?
No, it's been years of not talking until coffee is consumed.
Okay.
I'm not something. I'm not a morning person because I am a morning person, but I'm just not super chatty. It takes me like a couple of hours of kind of spacing out and having my coffee before I can discuss. I think it also has to do with my introverted ways, and Brian's so extroverted. So, he wakes up in the morning. He's like, so what are we doing today? What's happening? Where are we going? What do you know? Blah, blah, blah. Do you want to talk about that random thing we were discussing yesterday? Blah, 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 blah. And I just can't deal.
Me and Miles are so alike.
Yeah.
Morning people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
I can see that.
The other thing is that, which is not my advice, it's what my parents told me, was, it's good more than 50% of the time, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
What?
It'll be all right. Good advice. Our parents have good advice. Yeah. I always remember it as if it's good 51% of the time, then go with it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
right.
It's kind of a little dark in a way, but it does say relationships are hard. Being married is hard. It's not always easy, but if it's good more than 50% of the time, then you're all right. You'll make it.
I think what that advice means is be realistic.
Yeah, totally.
Your significant other is not going to make you happy, and it's not going to make you like yourself. You're responsible for doing that. And like the other person has flaws, and just be realistic about relationships. They're hard, and like you said, they're hard, and people are messed up. I know I'm messed up.
What happened? Did we land?
No, I'm actually plugging in the airport that we're probably going to land at.
Oh, okay.
It's flight stuff. You guys won't understand.
I don't think so.
Wait a minute. I know about nozzles and buttons and levers just as much as the next person.
That's a fight stick.
I saw it earlier.
That impressed me.
There was a little thing on the screen that said like toggle yoke, and I was inside laughing a lot, and I was gonna say something about it, but then I was like, I don't want to ruin Matt's, podcast with like making fun of.
No,
that's part of the fun.
Listen,
toggle yoke is funny.
Listen, this game.
Who has their pilot license?
Who has their pilot license?
Wait, what? What, Bri?
Jolda, my friend Andrew.
Jolda.
He was the DJ at our wedding. He has a pilot license.
Really?
Yes.
Does he fly a lot? Like,
not a lot, but he can fly like Cessnas, small craft.
Huh. Wow, that's pretty cool. I keep thinking, even though Matt isn't flying, doesn't have a pilot's license, like if the apocalypse happened and he had to fly a plane, he probably could figure it out because of this.
Probably can figure it out. I'm flying the plane right now. What are you talking about?
He could definitely figure it out because of this.
No, this game has a lot of bugs right now. I can't even pick the. We're gonna have to do a manual approach here. It's okay. ETA. We still have about 15 minutes left in the flight here. Just as the captain speaking.
Thanks for the update.
Just
Matt, you're supposed to say captain speaking first, so that we stop talking.
Captain speaking. Flights heading to an airport. Go ahead.
Diana, we flew over the Addison main house, and then Matt crashed into the cottage.
Yeah, literally. I tried to land into the cottage. I tried to land on it, and it was.
And we died.
Yeah, there's not a lot of runway on the little patch of land they have out there.
No, yeah.
There goes my hideout.
But you can see everything in real time. You can see the cars going by in real time. You can't see people, but you can see.
So cool.
Yeah.
Well, you could see auto-generated cars, but because I think Glenn was asking me, I'm so bad in the early episodes, but I've edited most of myself out. But he was asking me if like, oh, can you see people? And I'm like, no, you can't see people. Like, you could see buildings that are accurate for the most part.
Can you see people on Google Earth? Like when you do Google Earth, you can't see people. This is all from Google Earth, right?
Well, this is the other scary thing that Glenn said. He said that it was from Bing Maps, and I was like, oh, Jesus. Bing is terrible. You know Bing Maps? Bing, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not the preferred browser at all.
No, but since it's Microsoft owns Bing, so maybe they just had to go with their map data.
Probably.
Which is scary.
Oh, God. All right, so another thing I have is a very large topic, which I'm scared to bring up because I feel like people have a lot of opinions about it.
Okay.
And it's ASMR. And I'm bringing it up because, Diana, I know you've delved into the visual ASMR lately with your son.
Yep.
With Soap Whoa, which I showed Matt yesterday evening when we were about to go to bed. We were laying in bed, and I showed it to him, and he was like, what is this? What are you showing me? What is this? Didn't get it at all.
Uh-huh. You didn't get it at all, Matt?
The kinetic sand?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
no.
I get the kinetic sand. I mean...
No, you don't.
No,
but you're not into, like, why it's awesome.
No, it is cool, and I don't know what else to say about kinetic sand except it's cool, and like Leah wanted to buy some, and as long as it's under $20, that's fine.
Even though he's not an Ashkenazi Jew, he's still an Armenian Jew.
Hey-yo!
A Jew nonetheless.
Hey, listen, we're so far into the podcast, you can say as many slurs and things you want to say. No one's going to tune in at this point. So.
Well, see, you were talking about your IQ earlier. Like, let's see, Diana and I are both Ashkenazi Jews. Sorry, Brian, you're not Jewish at all, so I don't know what to say about you.
That's fine.
But Ashkenazi Jews are like one of the most intelligent groups of people that existed on the planet ever, I think.
Keep telling yourself.
Yeah.
Great.
So we don't even need to take an IQ test at all.
I'm going to get a portion of the audience is going to hate this shit.
Miles.
What?
We're going to set up a play date with Matt and Miles, and then Miles will inform Matt how and why kinetic sand is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Miles loves Matt. Miles, every time I get on the phone, Miles goes, "Where's Matt?"
Yep.
That just means he doesn't care about you. I'm sorry.
Oh, I know. I was like, okay, I guess I'm chopped liver. Yeah. No, Piper totally wants to talk to me. Miles wants to talk to Matt. That's fine. A little sexist, but it's fine.
Buy him some kinetic sand, and you'll get on his good list.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, I have gotten really deep into the ASMR, and I won't even, like, tell you the kinds of videos I've watched. Certain videos I watched.
You probably shouldn't. That'd be embarrassing. But,
Yeah, I would. I told you. I've definitely told you.
yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. All right, you guys still have some time to talk, actually. I just sent us to the wrong place, but we're just going to go up here. Go ahead.
Okay.
You're a great pilot, Matthew.
No worries, no worries.
Matthew.
So do you want to talk more about kinetic sand, or should we move on?
No, okay, so, all right, so tell me, I'm stealing this one from another podcast that I love, so I'm stealing it, but tell me what are some of your deal breakers or, like, some of your red flags in life or in relationship, what just some things that people do that you don't like, or deal breakers of things in relationships?
People chewing with their mouths open.
So,
Dead mannequins in the trunk of your car.
Loud chewers.
Diana, that's like very, like close to our hearts.
I know, I'm sorry, but like there's a word for it. I have problems with certain sounds.
Oh, I know the word. I knew the word at some point. It's like tryptophobia.
Yeah, there's some weird thing, but I do have an issue with certain sounds, and chewing is one, and there's just like other things like that. Just like I literally feel like I'm gonna jump out of my skin, like my skin crawls.
Oh, mesothelioma?
Isn't that a cancer?
Oh my God, I really hope not.
I think it is.
That is a cancer.
Mesothelioma.
It's caused by asbestos.
I think it sounds similar to that, though. It's like
I'm looking up right now.
What else? What other deal breakers? What's a deal breaker for you, Brian?
In what?
In life. It's a deal breaker, like in a relationship.
Well, I can tell you that I really hate it when someone beeps at me right when the light turns green. Like the minute the light turns green, they're already beeping. I'm like, dude, I didn't even get a chance to like move my foot to the gas.
That's a good one.
Like, can I just give me a moment to process the light turning green?
That's a good one.
Yeah. What's the name of that? It's really bothering that. This isn't the one you were saying, Diana, and this is not really like answering the question, but I have a problem with trypophobia.
What's that?
So trypophobia is like.
I found it.
Oh, what is it, Brian? Tell us that one first.
Misophonia.
Misophonia, like
loud breathing. Yeah, that drives me nuts too. It's just a sound, like it's a sound thing more than it is like somebody chewing with their mouth open. Like the actual act of chewing with your mouth open is fine, but like the sound is just, I can't take it.
Yeah, misophonia is like chewing, but it's also like nails on a chalkboard or
like clicking. There, I have or like loud breathing or something like that.
Or like that, that woman from Office Space who was always like answering the phone. Like that's something like that, like a repeated noise, very, very annoying.
Yeah.
I don't have that though. I think that people who have that don't like ASMR. Because ASMR is very much like weird noises that go on.
Well, so I don't like a lot of it. I do not like. Yes, that's why like this thing with the kinetic sand. I was surprised that I liked it, but I really like it a lot. The sounds in those videos, I'm okay with.
It's soothing.
Yeah, but there's other
like the tiny videos, the cooking ones.
Oh, I love the tiny kitchen.
Oh, I love the tiny kitchen. Yeah.
Diana shares tiny kitchen videos with me on Facebook, and
you guys have a special relationship.
We have a what?
You have a special relationship.
Yes, we do.
We do. We're sisters who like each other.
That's right.
I definitely have trypophobia. Trypophobia is what it's called, and it is an aversion to the sight of irregular patterns or clusters of small holes or bumps. So like. There was this thing I saw on Facebook a long time ago where it was like this weird lotus flower that was photoshopped on people's shoulders.
Yeah.
Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Because it was.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? So, and I thought it was real. I didn't realize it was a Photoshop thing, and I didn't even know what a lotus flower was. But I thought it was a real, like someone had some kind of like something wrong with their back, and I realized then that I had trypophobia because I couldn't even look at it, and it gave me bad nightmares, and I just gave me want to vomit, and anything with small holes, little tiny little small holes like bunched together, it's just creepy to look at.
I wonder if that's what my problem is, because I have this thing about like doors being shut. Brian's made fun of me about this before. Like I'll be in my room and I have to have, when I go to sleep or when I'm laying there in the room, like just sitting there, I have to like close the closet. And he's always like, why? Like, are you afraid? Blah, blah. I'm not afraid of it. It's just, it makes me uncomfortable that there's like that indent. Like I want it to be this like straight.
Right, because you're kind of like, what's lurking behind there? Like, there's this weird thing in there.
I don't like. It's just makes me feel uncomfortable. Wow, I'm really just talking about all my
the clothes monsters.
No, but I'm just interested to know why it makes you uncomfortable. Like, is it uncomfortable because it's unfinished? It's not clean. Is it OCD? Is it OCD, or is it like, oh, something's lurking behind there, like some insidious?
It's not lurking behind. It's I want it to be like a clean wall, like with the doors shut.
Right. So it's a little bit of an OCD thing.
Maybe.
It needs to be flush.
I guess, yeah.
Like if you have an open circle, you have to close it.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That's called the OCD, kids.
Yeah.
Thanks, Leah.
I just want to notify you guys we are at we made it to Washington somehow. We are at Pullman, Moscow Airport.
Oh.
So are we going to be landing soon?
We are going to be landing soon. I'm making my way for. I actually don't know where the airfield is anymore, but we're going to.
Are you going to land in a field?
We're going to land. Well, in a couple episodes, I've landed on highways, just to make it interesting. But
that's risky.
We're going to land on. I definitely. We died once. So.
Like Speed.
You died?
We did die once. I was always telling.
There's no blood. It just goes black.
I always want to go into a job interview and I want to be like in the middle of it and just be like, yeah, and then I died, and then just like not say anything else, and then see what they say. They're like, oh, yeah. you died.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Well, I see myself managing a large team of people, and then I die.
But we're gonna land. We're gonna taxi. That'll be in the end of this episode. We'll probably have you guys on again. I should say you all, because guys is not. That's not politically correct, right?
It's okay. No, we're from the 90s.
Have you got? You all heard about that? Like, it's not politically correct.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about that at work all the time because.
Is that fairly new? Or has that been around for a while now?
feel like within the last year it's come up more.
Are you serious? I say this all the time. Am I gonna get fired?
No, it's just.
I see you guys all the time.
No, it's just not as inclusive, Leah, and that's fine. You can be not inclusive. You know,
Yeah,
if
you
want.
can be a masochist.
Well,
That's fine.
Well, that was my intent, so I'm really glad my intent is coming across.
Be an individual.
No.
What are you supposed to say though? Like hey everybody.
Hey all.
Okay,
Hey.
like hey everybody. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Hey, you humans.
Yo, my peoples. What up, my peoples?
I forgot what to say. I was gonna say that we're gonna have you guys on again as recurring guests. Is every other day good with you guys? I mean, all.
Yeah, it's totally fine. We have nothing else to do, so.
Okay.
You don't have like young toddler children that you have to deal with running around.
It's COVID. Everybody's home.
I wonder if you could somehow we could get the kids on this.
Oh, they'd love it.
That'd
Even
be
if for a
hilarious.
short period to just like have them comment on like what they're watching or something.
Whatever brings more viewers, I can make it on YouTube, it's very strict guidelines on what is available for kids. So we can make that a kids episode.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be for kids, but you can have the kids in it. I mean, they definitely would have some comments. They'd be like, what are you doing, Nat? They could be part of the episode.
I'm just thinking about monetizing right now.
Yeah,
Of course. Of course.
We landed.
Yes,
We did land. We're going to taxi over to the right here.
On the first
Taxing is, I think, a fun part of it.
I did try to taxi through Logan Airport with Glenn on the first episode, and we definitely were taxiing around for about 30 minutes straight. Not sure
really?
where I was. Yeah, we weren't. I wasn't sure where I was going.
In Idaho, it might not be that intense.
I think we're in Washington, right?
Oh, wait, where are we?
We're in Washington right now.
Oh, God, I have not been paying attention.
We started in Idaho.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm really glad because to pee.
No.
We flatter.
I kind of feel like this is really realistic right now because when you're on a flight, when you're taxiing and you're like waiting for them to like let you off, you like always have to pee really bad.
Yeah.
They take forever.
Yeah, and you're like sitting there like, oh my god, I'm not gonna I'm gonna have to like make a scene and let them like ask them to let me use the bathroom even though it's like against the rules or whatever.
Yeah, and if you're like me, you just get up and I just go into the airplane bathroom. I'm like, well, I'm just going now. I have to go to the bathroom, so it's there.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming on, you and Brian, Diana, and thank you for episode 5 for us in the podcast. I'm sure Glenn will be ecstatic when he sees this. I'll tell him that it's probably one of the episodes I'll have to edit the least as we get better at this stuff.
I feel like that's a compliment.
It is a compliment to my testament as an amazing host. So thank you, Leah.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, but thank you guys, and I mean all, and we'll see you guys next time.
All right, thanks.